Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been a little bit. I've been posting shorts for a little bit, but I figured I'd post a regular video because I issued myself a challenge at the beginning of the year to read every single day this year, at least a minimum of 5 pages. Because sometimes, life happens and sometimes, you get into a reading slump. I just want to read at least something every single day this year, and I figured 5 pages would be a good minimum. And I completed week one. So week one out of 52 down, and I'm super excited. And just in this week alone, I've read 11 books. Good chunk of those were manga, but that is perfectly fine. To start with, I read volumes 5 through 14 of My Dress Up Darling. I love this manga so much. It is just so cute and lighthearted and just fun. And one of the main core themes of this book is pretty much like accept people for who they are. Don't judge them for the things they like if they're not hurting anybody. And with a lot of the stuff that's going on in, the fandom corners of the internet, it's a very, very strong message. It's like nobody's hurting anybody. Let people enjoy their hobbies. Let people enjoy what they want as long as they're not hurting anybody. And it's like you can't judge somebody for something that they like shows, movies, books, fan fictions, whatever have you. Like, just let people enjoy stuff if they're not hurting anybody. And understand, like, you have to have a little bit of a nuanced take on this, but for majority of fandom, okay, at least in my experience, people are just out here enjoying stuff, being creative with the things that they love and characters that they love. And it's just like, let's just keep that vibe going through 2026 and just stop with the toxicity. And I mean, it's a big, big ask, but I feel like we can do it. But that's just me. So, yeah, My Dress Up Darling. What I like about it also is that there's fan service in it, but it's pretty minimal, although some of it is, to me, a little extreme because, like, literally majority of the fan service is obviously from the girl's perspective, and it made me a little well, not even a little, it made me uncomfortable because these are high school, kids. And I don't want to say too much on it because I understand, like, it's a cultural thing and stuff. It made me uncomfortable, but for the most part, still fun story. I have to say that volume 13 and 14 have been my favorite volumes just because you get the culmination of the character development and the story developments and how everything kind of came together for Marin and Wakana. I believe that's how you pronounce their names. I'm so sorry if I mispronounce them horribly. But and it's like everything came together for them. And I believe it was volume 14, something happened in it that I was not expecting it to happen the way it did, and I cried just like happy tears. I literally posted a little short on my TikTok, and I was just crying because I just got so overwhelmingly happy that this happened because I wasn't expecting it to happen. Okay, spoiler alert. If you don't want to be spoiled for My Dress Up Darling, just fast forward. I'll put the book cover here so you know that I'm talking spoilers, and then I'll take it away once I'm done talking spoilers. So, spoiler warning now, Wakana is the one who confesses his love first, and I thought it was going to be Marin because she has been working up the courage to go and confess, and like it just like the opportunity never rose because things were happening. She felt like it wasn't the right time and all this stuff, and I was thinking like, oh, she's going to confess out of anger because of they're having like this little tiff, like they're not communicating with each other, like their feelings about something that happened. And I was like, she's going to confess out of anger and he's going to be so taken aback by it. But no, he confessed and it was the cutest shit in the world. And I cried, and I usually don't cry for stuff like happy tears like that, but I cried and I'm okay with it. It was just so good. Volume 15 is the final volume, and it's supposed to come out in April of this year. I need that volume now. Please, 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 please. I need to finish it because I'm going to buy this series eventually. I've been borrowing it off of Libby, And as much as I love Libby and as much as I love using it, I need to own that series so I can read it at just the drop of a dime whenever I want to, not have to worry about it being on hold. But yeah, so far, um, this week alone, volume 5 through 14, 5 stars, solid 5 stars. The characters are amazing. Like I said, the plot's amazing. The relationships are amazing. Friendships are amazing. It's just all around a very, very well written manga series. It really is. And I watched both seasons of the anime, and season 2, I believe, ends in volume 11. So I believe we're only getting one more season, or I heard supposedly that we're getting a movie, maybe. So I'll keep you guys updated if I hear anything on that, but I'm super excited for either one we get. So if you're looking for a really cute slice of life manga that's just very lighthearted, you need a palate cleanser, which I did because I'm going to talk about the next book that I read. And I broke it up with reading My Dress Up Darling, and it was just perfect. And why I needed to use My Dress Up Darling as a palate cleanser, because I also read The Claiming of Sleeping Beauty by Anne Rice. And I have to say, it is only the first week of January, and I believe I already found the worst book of 2026 for me. The Claiming of Sleeping Beauty is, the way Anne Rice described it, is an erotica retelling of the Sleeping Beauty fairy tale. And it's definitely not the Disney version. It's definitely not. From what I've gathered from talking to people on my YouTube shorts a little bit, it does follow the more original story of Sleeping Beauty. And this was a nightmare of a book. Solid 1 star. Instant 1 fucking star. It was a nightmare to read. Openings, trigger warnings, my besties, trigger warnings for essay, for abuse, for a lot of stuff. And I cannot recommend this book. I can't. It was awful. It was terrible. It was our book club pick for January. And I said in this instance, especially for book club, if I'm going to be a hater of a book, I'm going to be an informed hater. So I pushed myself to read that book, and I finished it. It's only like 253 pages, and I pushed myself to read it, and it was awful. Awful, awful, awful. Like I said, just full of essay and abuse disguised as kinks. And like, don't get me wrong, there's legitimate kinks in this book represented, and it's a terrible representation of them, because a lot of the stuff that goes on here, there's a lot of stuff in here that is like people actually participate in, but it takes so much vetting and consent and communication and just aftercare and just tons of stuff that should be happening before, during, and after, that does not happen. And it makes me so angry. It is such a hard read, and I cannot recommend it to anybody. Do not read this book at all. Terrible representation of the kink community. Just terrible, 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 terrible. I hated this book. And mind you, I don't say that about a lot of books. I always say, oh, it's just not for me. I just didn't like it. No, this is a terrible, terrible book. It's a nightmare of a book. Do not read it. Hardcore, do not recommend. Do not read it. Please, please don't read it. Even if you're curious, I guess if you're a grown adult, do it. But I cannot stress enough, please, please do not read this book. It is just terrible. Now that I got that out of the way, I wanted to do a book review on it, but literally I would not be able to control the swearing that I would do, and I don't want to give this book any more attention. So that's all I'm going to talk about it, and that's it. Do not recommend. 1 star. Most hated book of the year so far, and it's only January. On a lighter note, I started book 2 of the light novel for the Apothecary Diaries. I loved the first one, and so far I only got 21 pages in yesterday, and I absolutely adore it. It's so good. I love the characters. And like I said before, I marathoned the anime both seasons in like 2 days. So like a season a day. And then I'm literally rewatching it now. And it's like my third time rewatching it. and I cannot get enough of it. It's in league with with Inuyasha for me. It's just so good. I love the characters, I love the stories, I love the mysteries, I love the political intrigue, I love the little slow burn romance we got going on. It's just so good, and I highly recommend it. And from the little bit of research I did on it, apparently season 1 and 2 cover books 1 through 4. I will double check that, but I believe that's what it said. And I'm okay with that. I'm borrowing them through Libby, but these are more than likely another series that I'm going to buy eventually over time, because I just need to be able to read them whenever I want at the drop of a dime. But yeah, I love one of the things I love about these stories, not only about the mystery and how Mao isn't diminished just because she's a woman, especially considering the time, the time period that these books are taken into consideration. Jinshin goes to her because he understands her expertise and stuff, and he trusts her, and he knows that she is an intelligent girl. And he never questions that. He always knows that she is smart, and she stands by what she says, and she has this code of ethics for herself that also partially was instilled in her by her adoptive dad. And I love that because she's not like talked down to. They respect the shit out of her for a multitude of reasons, but mostly because they can go to her and she'll be like, well, this and this could possibly be it, but I'm not an expert in this, I'm not an expert in that. Like, she tells them straight up. And I think that one of the reasons why Jinshin is finally like starting, like fell for her, not finally, but like fell for her, is because she's smart. She will tell him like what she thinks and not fully have to worry about the repercussions, even though she obviously still has to worry about those things because of, once again, the time period. She's a woman, she's lower class, things like that. But and then she doesn't look at him the way everybody else does. She looks at him like a person, and not, she just, she doesn't see just his beauty, she sees him as a person. And 100% that is another reason why he falls for her. And I'm pretty sure that's one of the reasons he says, or like it's implied, that he falls for her. And I love that for them. They're super cute. They're super adorable. I believe there's 15 volumes of the light novels already, and they haven't even kissed yet. And that is the slowest of slow burns. And I'm okay with that. I am so down for that because I'm so tired of people falling for each other by like chapter 4 in a book. But yeah, super, super cute. I'm going to continue reading it today, see how much further I can get into it. And it's just so good. And another thing, sorry, I'm like discombobulated, but another thing that I love about it is that the books, you get more obviously in depth detail of what they're thinking about everything that's going on around them, like Mao things about like the goings on about what's going on in the rear palace and the main palace, and then how her thinking process of Jinshin and like what he's doing, what he's saying. And it's like you can slowly but see her opinion of him start shifting, kind of start going more towards like, yeah, he's a nuisance to her, but then also she's like, he's an okay nuisance. Like, so far, I can't. I wanted to give it a star rating, but I'm not going to because, like I said, I'm only 21 pages in. So who knows if it's going to take a turn? I've heard nothing but great things about these books, so I don't think it's going to take a turn for the worse. So I'm just going to keep reading and enjoy it and see what I think of it. But yeah, so far, really enjoying it. And yeah, it's been a really, really, really fun week aside from the claiming of Sleeping Beauty. But once again, I'm no longer going to talk about that book because I refuse to. Yep, that's week 1 in the books of reading. I figured I'd give you guys a weekly reading update now of everything that I'm reading. And I forgot to mention this, that my reading goal is